I have a massive memory about 2003 because it was the first one, my first Grand Slam ever, first Wimbledon title ever, and what I remember the most is that I really hurt my back, I think in my fourth round match against Feliciano Lopez in warm-up. I wasn't sure if I could continue the match, but I played and actually ended up playing okay. Recovered fairly quickly, and all of a sudden I was in the Wimbledon finals, and I was a favourite going into it, I guess, against Mark Philippoussis, and I remember, you know, serving at 6-2 or 6-3 in the tiebreaker of the third set, having all those match points, you know, having tears in my eyes already, and starting to believe and dream that I'm going to be Wimbledon champion probably in the next couple of minutes, and it's exactly what happened, and it was one of the most beautiful moments, especially also when I received the trophy. And I was able to hold the Wimbledon trophy in my hands for the very first time. It was amazing. 2004, I think title defense is always particular. Now you're going into the tournament with a completely different feel. Instead of being, you know, just one of many who can maybe win the tournament, everybody's expecting you to win, and that feeling changes everything really. I played a good tournament. To be honest, I don't remember that much from the week that went into the finals. But I played a great finals against Andy Roddick, and just again, sort of disbelief at the very end when it happened. His defending, in some ways, came easier for me than winning for the very first time. So I think I enjoyed being the favourite and the leader of the tour at that time, and I'm happy I was able to handle the pressure well in 2004. 2005, one of my best years on tour. Felt like I had to win Wimbledon at that point. Everything was prepared that way for it anyway, and there's never a guarantee, but I guess I felt as good as I've ever felt at Wimbledon that year. I think I only lost a set, and played a wonderful finals against Roddick again. Yeah, that was a special year. I hardly lost matches that year, so I'm happy that year I won Wimbledon. I remember going into the finals feeling wonderful about my game because I had a great semi-finals against Jonas Björkman, so I came in with all, you know, the energy and the confidence I was looking for. And it was the first time I played against Rafa, so in that Wimbledon finals, it was the first time I played him at Wimbledon, and clearly that was always going to be a bit of a special twist to it because he was the French Open champion, I was dominating on grass, he was dominating on clay at the time, and I actually played very well. I remember when I came out of the blocks very strong. I think that helped me then to eventually win that match and that tournament in 4 sets against Rafa.
And set a match Federer. 3 sets to 1.
2007 was very, very special and unique because I was going for my 5th one, and there I guess I have an anecdote that I remember at the time when I beat Pete Sampras in 2001 at Wimbledon. I stopped him from winning 5 in a row, and I remember Bjorn Borg had made that before, and I remember having spoken to Bjorn about that, and in a way how happy he was that he was the only player to only have had 5 in a row, Wimbledons in a row, and how ironic it was that I was on the verge of doing it myself. Bjorn Borg was sitting in the stadium watching me do it. And I also remember in 2007, it was the year where I think the roof was off, and I think it made the tournament, the vibe of Center Court a bit different. You know, more wind would come into the stadium, and I had the epic 5-set battle against Rafa, one of the first ones we had against each other then, and you know, almost lost, but found a way in the 5th set to win. And you know, equaling Bjorn Borg's 5 in a row was really a dream come true, because Bjorn Borg is one of my all-time favorite players. For me to do that and sort of be together with Bjorn in Wimbledon and tennis history was something that was very important to me. So there was a very funny moment right after the match was over when I walked over to the trophy ceremony, and I remember I put the jacket on, and with the jacket, part of the outfit was also the long pants. So I wanted to put on the entire outfit because I thought it would look very iconic, you know, once when I would look back. at trophy ceremonies of Wimbledon, I think it would look very stylish, you know, if you held up the trophy and you looked actually very smart. So I put the pants on, I put the jacket on, I walk over, and as I'm walking over, I try to put my hands in my pockets because I'm nervous, you know, about the handshake and about receiving the trophy and being able to lift it up. It's obviously a massive moment. And then I realize as I put my hands in the pocket, it's not possible, they're going backwards, and I'm realizing, oh my God, I put the pants on the wrong way. And it's too late to change because now, you know, I'm shaking hands, you know, with the Duke of Kent, and anyway, I get the trophy, I lift it up, I go like, oh my God, this is gonna look so bad on the pictures, but I don't care, and nobody knows, and this will stay in Wimbledon memory and with mine, and maybe one day I will share it, and here I am sharing it, and I've told the story a couple of times before, but maybe never really in detail like this, and you can actually then see it. But anyway, it was a classic, funny, most embarrassing moment maybe of my tennis career, but it ends up being a very funny one, which is good. Yeah, 2009 was a very special year because my wife was pregnant, and I had just won the French Open a month earlier, and I tied Pete's record of winning 14 Grand Slams. Pete being my favorite player, you know, just before I came onto the tour. That was obviously very special. And he showed up for the 2009 Wimbledon finals, and there were so many legends in the stadium. I remember that time, and Pete being one of them, and everybody expecting me to break the all-time Grand Slam record of going for 15 and going for my sixth Wimbledon at the time. Yeah, it was very hard because the match, you know, I thought it was extremely difficult for me. Roddick, I think he was playing wonderful. I couldn't break his serve for the entire match except for the last service game, and I feel like I got very lucky in that match, and I think it was one of the most epic matches I ever played. So here I am for the third straight year in a 5-set battle, this time with Roddick, and looking at, you know, writing tennis history of winning most Grand Slams. So you can see it by the emotions I had at the end of the game. I was like so relieved, I was so excited, I was so happy. But I felt very, very disappointed for Andy, who had tried so long, so hard to win Wimbledon, and just didn't feel right that match really had to have a winner. Yeah, 2012 was a big year for me, winning Wimbledon for the first time, having children. You know, that was a big deal for me. The girls were there. The girls were almost 3 years old. Myla and Charlene also had a very difficult beginning of the tournament. I almost, or should have lost maybe against Julien Benneteau in the very beginning. I remember it was played under the roof. Also playing Andy Murray, I think, in the finals for the very first time at Wimbledon. Seeing how the crowd was going to react. It was a difficult situation because we played outdoors, rain, roof closed, finishing indoors, you know, and it was, yeah, always was rain delays in Wimbledon finals. It always rocks your world a bit. You try to stay calm, yet you're very excited that you're in a Wimbledon finals, and it was amazing that I could actually experience that. Being a father for the first time winning Wimbledon was very special for me and my wife. Yeah, so 2017 maybe goes down as my best Wimbledon, I'm not sure, because I didn't drop a set. Felt good from the beginning till the very end. I started the tournament strong, finished it very strong against Cilic in the finals. I think it was a very hard fought sort of first set. There's not many chances, and then once I got the set and a break, Marin struggled with his foot, and I guess I was able to take advantage of that fact, but also I think I was very clear in my head how I had to play, and I just played rock solid. First time I won Wimbledon having had 4 children, and not dropping a set was clearly very unique, and you know, also that helped me later than to 2018, this year in February, when I got back to world #1 again. So also 2017 is one of my absolute favorite Wimbledon memories of all time, even though I didn't have the epic 5-set battles like I've had in the past. But it was nice to win Wimbledon that way for a change, because I went through the pain on many occasions trying to win Wimbledon in the past, so that was very, very sweet for me.